Administrator Loeffler, I'm honored to work with you and President Trump to revitalize American manufacturing. And to fuel these efforts, I introduced H.R. 3174, the Made in America Manufacturing Finance Act, along with Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee Chair Ernst, to increase access to capital for America's small manufacturers. Now, H.R. 3174 increases the maximum SBA loan size for small manufacturers from $5 million to $10 million. This bill addresses a concern that members from both sides of the aisle have discussed. So, Administrator Loeffler, can you explain how increasing access to capital in SBA lending programs will actually help America's small manufacturers?
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for the opportunity to visit your district last week. It was wonderful to visit two manufacturers, Staccato and Ida May Home. It was really confirmative of our move to expand access to capital for manufacturers. We see that Made in America is happening and it's growing across this country. But what we also see is that our great manufacturers, of which there are thousands in everyone's home state, and they're growing, is that advanced manufacturing, robotics, AI, there's a tremendous opportunity to increase productivity and growth through these factories by allowing them to invest more. So doubling that loan from $5 million to $10 million will provide needed access, not just for capital equipment, but for hiring and investing in R&D, which is perfectly timed with the Big Beautiful Bill Act, which will encourage these manufacturers, which are spring-loaded, to invest and hire in this country. So it's all part of the administration's pro-growth, pro-worker agenda that is going to fuel economic opportunity across every community in America. So thank you, and I do hope to earn the bipartisan support of this committee for your important bill.
One thing we know well in Texas, Washington, D.C. does not know best. Now, the Biden-Harris administration expanded the SBA's mission to include actions unrelated to entrepreneurs, such as cutting deals with the state of Michigan to engage in electioneering efforts in 2024. So how have you been right-sizing the SBA and redirecting the agency back to its mission of helping Main Street America?
Chairman, you're right. We uncovered the MOU that you referenced with the state of Michigan for electioneering, voter registration, and we've certainly heard from other states where that was attempted. We won't tolerate partisan activity, but we certainly must return to our mission of supporting small businesses on Main Street across this country and not get distracted from that mission of serving small businesses. So we have undertaken an aggressive effort to ensure our loan programs are more available to more entrepreneurs. That's already working. We have seen an 80% increase in our loan growth to 26,000 loans in President Trump's first 100 days. So we're on track for a record year. That's about 2,000 loans to Main Street across America every single week. So we're excited about that refocused mission of this agency.
Thank you. Now, you have an inspiring background that makes you incredibly well-positioned to fight for Main Street as the head of the SBA. From businesswoman to senator, you have a unique perspective and knowledge based on what it takes for small businesses to thrive and how important it is to foster an environment that allows small business to do what they do best. That's why it's critical to pass the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and unleash American entrepreneurship. So in the time that I have remaining, can you explain why it is so important to preserve the favorable small business provisions?
Chairman, you're right. I was raised in a fourth-generation farm family, now five generations. They also started a small trucking company, great entrepreneurs that never called themselves entrepreneurs, but had all the challenges facing, taxation, excessive regulation. And this bill, what it does is return power to small businesses by making sure their taxes stay low. And I was disappointed to see that every Democrat member of this committee voted against small business tax relief. What it does is provide small businesses that certainty that they will have a 23% 199A pass-through deduction. They will have 179 expensing, accelerated depreciation, 100% expensing from Made in America, and it comes with a $1.6 trillion spending cut that reduces the massive inflation and the cost of government in this country. That's what taxpayers voted for under President Trump. This bill is pro-small business, it's pro-worker, and it's pro-growth. So we at the SBA are proud to support it.
Thank you very much. I now recognize, I have remaining of my time, I now recognize the ranking member for 5 minutes of questions.